Welcome to SecDSM. We got a to-do list. We're going to get some shit out of the way, and then we're going to have fun. All right, so first and foremost, we're fucking rated R, so we can say that. Just FYI. But that being said, we also have a code of conduct, so follow the fucking code of conduct. Otherwise, we'll kick you out. We're serious. You can read it here. It's also on our website. And if you have any problems, you can talk to one of the three of us, although one of those people may not actually be their picture. Or is still here. All right. Now that that's out of the way, here's our agenda. So this is the 101. Sorry we're a few minutes late. For once, it's not my fault. It's Casey's fault because they forgot to make any of our fucking pizzas. But hopefully you're getting some. It should all be here now. After that, we got the news, which is not from Papa. I removed that just for you. And then after that, Jason's going to give a talk on big words I don't understand. Mitigating the risk of quantum and rescuing data loss via modern data infrastructure. Cool. After that, this place is technically open until 10. But I know a lot of us usually go to Star Bar. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Mostly it does. While you're here, there's restrooms over in the hallway. There's restrooms over there by our sponsors. The pizza's out there, what's left of it. It's going kind of fast, but hopefully everybody here got some if they wanted some. All right. Challenge ideas, not people. Stolen and/or licensed from SecKC, depending on who you're talking to. Basically, the idea is we all work together, or we might work together eventually. So be nice. Don't challenge anybody on anything personal. Just talk to people, about the ideas. Because some of us think that, Web3 is a joke. Some of us don't. But we can still be friends, right? All right. Thank you to our volunteers. These are some of the people that really help us make sure this thing keeps going. We appreciate you very much. We also appreciate the bar staff. If they tell you to drink less, seriously, drink less. Otherwise, be responsible, have fun, and take an Uber home if you need to. So this is a static URL that dynamically gives you Uber vouchers. I don't know how it works. Brandon set it up, but it works pretty slick. I've taken this before. A lot of people I know have taken this before. If you drink too much, take an Uber home. It's free. We'll pay for it. It even is enough to cover your Uber tip, and it also will cover to get your car in the morning. So, transparency report. So, Red Canary is our sponsor. They do have a drink tab for a while, although it's not going to be open all night. So, just throwing that out there. Go say hi if you want a free drink. Otherwise, everything is on Open Collective. Brandon works really hard on balancing those books, including when he does not send luggage to Honolulu. Thank you to our major sponsors. These are people that have bought bottles in the plural of different alcohols, mostly whiskey, because it seems like we all like to drink whiskey here. But if you have a sponsor who's maybe looking for giving a little back to the community, send them our way, and we can hook them up with some bottles, and in exchange, we get free venue space. It works out pretty nice. Other ways you can help. We are looking for speakers. I believe there's no speaker for next month, which means you're going to probably listen to me give a shitty talk unless somebody signs up to do something better. Is there a CTF this week? No CTF. You could be volunteering right now to do a CTF for next month. Something to think about. All right, there's some events coming up. I don't know, some sort of stuff's happening in Las Vegas or something. I don't know. Somebody said it's cool and there's lots of hackers, but otherwise there's other stuff going on too, including a bunch of us going to Wild West, which is sold out. So maybe mark your calendar for next year and you can come with us. Just saying. What's that? And B-sides. Which B-sides? B-sides Las Vegas. August 6th through 7th. They're talking about tractors or something, right? No tractors. Okay. All right. Also, we're in Discord, blah, blah, blah. Everybody should know this already, hopefully. And now I have a very, very special guest You guys have never seen him before. This is an exclusive speaking engagement.
After all those F-bombs, the question is how many drinks you've had. All right, welcome to Pwn News. If you haven't heard, on July 19th, the internet blew up and the world blew up because CrowdStrike crapped the bed for the second time that month, but the first time in 7 years, if you're keeping track. This is some awesome images I had to drop in here. So this is John Hammond's video on it because I called it the Crowdpocalypse, and he's the only one that put a nuke bomb next to their logo. And if you're going out to Hacker Summer Camp, according to Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, Whitney's got a whole bunch of those stickers if you want one, even though they followed up with their $10 free coffee drink that they rescinded, or free Uber Eats certificate that was removed with a DMCA against her for this sticker. And then this one was amazing as the best cosplay of 2024, which I find hilarious, offset against the LinkedIn post from the CISO of CrowdStrike the minute it happened. So if you did not hear about the Crowdpocalypse or CrowdStroke or whatever you want to call it, Friday, July 19th, I'm trying to remember because I haven't slept for 2 weeks. July 19th, early in the morning, 0409 UTC is 1109 our time. CrowdStrike rolled out an update. So if you don't know, with endpoint protection systems, they run off an agent. CrowdStrike's agent is cloud connected to their console, so it's in a encrypted version of AWS. That AWS instance does all the machine learning and everything and talks to the agent on the machine through the cloud. They do content updates and what they call channel file updates and a few other things with the agent that aren't actually agent update code. So one of those non-agent update code things is this config file or this channel file that they did with an update. So they sent a telemetry request to the box. It unfortunately, because CrowdStrike is an endpoint tool and they chose to hook in at the kernel, caused a issue with a read in the agent executable, and because it's right at the beginning of Windows, it created BSODs. So half the internet went down and blue screened. Everyone at first thought this was Microsoft because Microsoft happily had an Azure outage about 5 hours before that. And everyone thought that was tied in. So if you saw the news on Friday morning blaming Microsoft, that's why. And this channel file passed their actual automated validation, which they're now doing manual in-person human validation to make sure this doesn't happen again. And then to follow up with that, since then, Delta was taken out very badly, along with a bunch of other companies. But Delta hired this very high, prominent attorney named David Boyce to actually pursue damages because Delta's claiming at least $500 million in losses since the event, along with other companies. So CrowdStrike does have an indemnity plan that you're only allowed, unless you renegotiate it in your contract, to sue for license fees. So if you pay $1 million a year in licenses, that's what you can ask for back. Obviously, they're going to get sued above and beyond that, and that's going to happen, but that's CrowdStrike in a nutshell. And then to party on top of that one, VMware ESXi had a problem that Microsoft discovered and reported. Essentially, ESXi in the hypervisor tags off of AD accounts. If you created an AD account called ESX admins, VMware was picking that up and granting anyone in that group admin rights to your VMware instance. So if you're running VMware, definitely check how your settings are configured. If this group existed and was blown away, it can still affect VMware because those settings are within VMware. And attackers were abusing this to just either create this group or add themselves to this group. And that's how Microsoft discovered it. And then another fun follow-up on top of everything is if you were a Proofpoint customer all summer long, a research company called Guardio Labs discovered Proofpoint was getting abused in this echo spoofing campaign to send millions and millions of phishing messages that were getting signed off on through official Proofpoint SPF and DKIM signatures, so they were going through. So if you had checking in place that would check a phishing message to make sure it did have a proper DKIM record or SPF record, attackers were abusing this through Office 365 and sending this through Proofpoint. So they were sending millions and millions of phishing emails from, I think it was March or April, all the way through June or July. And so it was essentially just setting up a basic SMTP server on a virtual box, going through the online Office 365 online Exchange server, and then tagging right through Proofpoint. So if you use those systems, Proofpoint should have been warning you since they discovered this, but definitely take another look. And then on the fun side of things, the last couple weeks, a Ferrari exec got a deepfake attempt, and the scammer called in and tried to claim that he was the CEO on this Tuesday morning and wanted to turn around and get some money transferred for this confidential deal. And because the executive involved knew the CEO and had just interacted with him, the CEO had recommended a book to him a day or two before. So he turned around and said, well, this seems a little sketchy. Before we talk about funds and money over the phone, and your account doesn't look right, what was the title of the book you had just recommended to me? And the spammer immediately hung up. And then last, a couple random events. Know before, if you did not hear this story, it was out in our Slack, I think, or our Discord, excuse me, last week Slack. Yeah, that's how long I've been around it, and no one knows who I am. Know before actually hired what they think. I'm not sure it's ever been determined if it was specifically a North Korean threat actor, and hired them into the company, sent them a laptop, and then their IR team or DFIR team or SOC or whoever it was picked up on the fact that they had taken that laptop and just started downloading a bunch of ransomware and information stealing software on it. And then a huge one in the realm of security. Since the SolarWinds attack, a massive move has been from the SEC, sending out alerts to SolarWinds, their executive team, the CISO specifically, and seeking legal action. That case is proceeding, and the district court judge that's over the SEC claim actually threw out most of the charges. So they've thrown out the stuff where it was the CISO's fault for talking about the event ahead of time and promising things. There's just a few of the charges left. They're tied around some of their marketing materials about security, but it is nowhere near as bad as it seemed from the beginning. So good news if you want to be a CISO and you don't want to go to jail for 15 years or sell all your stuff. Yes?
Has Novafor given an issue name to hiring North Korean?
No. No. Yeah, ask it again so I can say it correctly.
Has Novafor given an ishing term?
Oh, has Novafor given an ishing term? Oh, yeah, quishing or something like that for hiring an insider threat at a phishing company? No, they did not. That would be awesome for you to respond. Yep. You should send them an email. Post that on Reddit. See what they have to say to that. Hey guys, what do you call this when you hire your own insider threat and then discover it? Like they hired this person and gave him a laptop. And I think I talked about this story a month or two ago where that woman got busted doing this. They were like laptop farming at this apartment that she was renting, and they were paying her to do this for foreigners overseas. That's where this laptop went. The laptop went like literally to this location, and immediately they just started installing all the software. So, yeah, so at least they caught it. I mean, now they can make 18 videos in a series about hiring an insider threat. Oh no, that's right. That's what all their phishing training videos are about. If you've ever seen them or used them, that's the best part of it. All right, that's enough out of me. You've been pwned for the news. We always like to throw this up there. If you have any job openings or you're looking for something, come on up. Let us know who you are, who you work for, and what you're hiring for. Anybody? Mike, are you coming up to do the dance again? You got 5 seconds. You gonna do it? What? Oh, yes. If you're new, anybody new? Anybody not been here before? All right. Stickers. Make sure you get a sticker. Which ones are in here? Are there reflective ones?
Some back there.
Yep. Okay. There's some of them that like reflect and kind of glow, and some of them that are normal. So pick through and take one or two. All right. Mikey, you coming up? All right. No. Check principal.com if you'd like a security career. They have usually 9,000 job openings. All right. Yes. Come and talk to Micah. Yep. Yeah. Make sure you don't do what Craig did and not give Micah a giant pile of money for a sign-on bonus. What a jerk. All right. That is it. Wrapping things up. As Craig said, if we don't have a speaker for next month, need somebody to do that. But as per normal, we'll do the 101, and then you got to hear me blab on afterwards, and then a speaker hopefully at 7. Everybody take 5-10 minutes, and we'll kick things off. Thank you.